All right, is that something you're good to go?
Yes.
Can the people online hear me talking?
We can hear you. It's a little broken, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
I want to welcome everybody to the Resident Opportunity Partnership meeting, record meeting of partnership, Monday, June the 27th, 2022. And for those that are present, welcome everybody. For those that are online, I want to welcome everybody. For guests, I'd like to welcome everybody. Rita, could you please call the roll, please?
J. Michael Brown,
Present.
Alicia Burns,
Present.
Gina Dunlap. Jennifer Hancock. Devon Holt. David James,
Here.
Dr. Gabriel Jones. Dr. Mary Miller. Michael, is it Nagel or Nagel? Nagel, Michael Nagel. Christopher Romaine. Desmond Smith Jr. Dr. Frank Smith. Steve Traeger. Steve Traeger.
I'm here. Thanks, Rita.
Dr. Don Wade.
Here.
Mark Watkins.
Here.
Gary Williams. Jeff Noel. And Jeff O'Brien.
Here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So I want to welcome everybody, most of you in the room. We may have people that are joining us for the first time online, so if we could just go around the room and say who we are, so that everybody knows who we are.
Gina Dunlap, interim vice chair, and Lindsay Lowe Briggs at the NAACP.
Jennifer, here's the beer.
Jeff O'Brien, exhibition member.
I'm legal department and nurse.
Desmond Smith, Akama.
Dr. Mary Miller, California.
Curry Ministry of Saba.
Jim, we're sorry. Christopher Bay, Thank you. Next, we have approval of the minutes. I think everybody had a chance to see the minutes. Or any additions or deletions to the minutes that they received. Anybody? While we're doing that, Dr. Jones is standing. Welcome. And a motion for. Got a motion and a second. A second. Any discussion about it? All in favor, say aye.
Who was the motion second?
And, next is, I need a motion to go into a closed session pursuant to KRS 61.810 subsection F. To go into a discussion about personnel matters. Yeah, motion. Motion, Jennifer. And second. And second, Mark. All in favor, say aye. All opposed. We will go into closed session. So everyone except for, Ms. Douglas, please stay. All board members, please stay. Everybody else, please leave.
Just a reminder, because this is a webinar and not a Zoom meeting, I'm gonna ask everybody online to start off as guests. All of the board members online will stay on, and then I have freshly, once we come out of the closed session, to bring them back on. That's the only way it can be done when you're doing a webinar,
Okay.
okay? So let me do that. All of the board members who are online, you need you to stay in place. All of the guests that are online, we need you to exit at this time. Attendees, there's 14. And then we will send you a fresh link when it's time to get back on. Yes, I just need you to exit. Okay, thank you so much for cooperating. We have 7 more, thank you. 5. And then everyone will receive a fresh link once the closed session comes back into, I will send it to you. Just like I sent you the link to participate today, I have emails ready to send out as soon as the session is over. You're welcome, Ms. Bliss. 4 more people, Charlene, Ms. WDRB News, Ms. Smith, we need you to exit at this time. Okay, I'll help you. Now, if I have to remove you, you will not maybe rejoin. But Charlene, I'm gonna go ahead and remove you, Ms. Smith, WDRB News. I'll send you a new link. Okay. All right, one more, you want? Okay, we have all the panelists, all the attendees that's guests are removed, and the room is clear. They pushed you out in the bottom. Okay. This is probably about- I think it's over there. No, it's- I think they- Yeah, that's, yeah. Well,
All right. Everybody online? Members?
Rita, this is Patrick. Just a reminder to pause the recording.
Pardon me? Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Patrick. Let me pause it.
We can't hear if you all are talking. There's no audio. You're on mute, Ms. Rita, your device.
You can recap that.
So Dr. Wade, I'm sorry. What I said was, so what we did was, I accepted nominations for, the interim CEO and director of the WEOP board. And Dr. Milner nominated, Laura Douglas. I'm sorry. Chris Romaine, nominated, Gina Dunlap. And then I asked, were there any other nominations? Nobody had any other nominations, so we voted to close nominations. But since there was no audio, if anybody else that was online had any additional nominations, that would, if you could speak forward now, that would help.
Good for the record. I had a second, on the nomination for Laura Douglas, Mr. Williams, who was the second? Gina Dunlap. Or was it?
We don't need a second.
Okay, you don't need it, because I just want to make sure we don't need a second.
No.
I'll take it.
So we closed the nominations, and so now we're at the point where Rita is going to read each of our names, and you simply speak the name of the person that you wish to be the interim director, CEO of the WEOP board. Rita?
J. Michael Burns.
Laura Douglas.
Alicia Burns.
Gina Dunlap.
Gina Dunlap. Outstanding. Jennifer Hancock.
Laura, let's,
Devon Hubbard. David James.
Laura Douglas.
Dr. Gabriel Jones. And the captain's down here, Dr. Mary Miller. Mike Nagel. Christopher Romaine. Desmond Smith. Steve Trager.
Laura Douglas.
Dr. Don Wade.
Laura Douglas.
Mark Watkins.
Lord.
Gary Williams.
Laura Douglas.
And Jeff, I will call you the ex officio. But I said, I will call you the ex officio, okay, so, yeah. We have 9 for Laura Douglas. And we have 4 for Gina and 1 abstention.
All right, so we have 9 for Laura Douglas and 4 for Gina Dunlap with 1 abstaining. So what's the total number of votes?
It's 14.
14, okay. 14 with 1
Yeah,
abstention.
Because Jeff Warren was ex officio.
Okay, all right, thank you. So Laura Douglas will be the new executive interim director for the WEOP board for the next several months. Thank you. Next, we have board education, WEOP tax increment financing. Gary Morris is the executive director from the Department of Revenue, Office of Tax Policy and Regulation, and we asked him, he handles all TIFs throughout the entire state, all state TIFs throughout the entire state. So we asked him to come and give us a very, very brief.
And I didn't expect you to be able to.
Oh.
He asked last minute, he could come in July.
Okay, we're saving time. All right. Okay, so he'll be here in July. Information update. Board Development Chair, Von Holt, who's not here. Vice Chair is Gina, right? No? Who's the Vice Chair? Okay. Well, who can speak for Devon? Nobody?
We have an update.
No update. All right, thank you. And then, Park Hill Neighborhood Representative status. Any update on that?
We do not have an update.
Okay, thank you. Communications Chair, Dr. Dawn Wade.
Dr. Wade?
The only update is I know we reviewed the logos. I've sent a link to Ms. Rita to distribute to board members so that there can be a vote prior to next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Dr. Wade? Nope. Finance summary. Our finance, I should say, Chair Steve Traeger.
Yeah, so you all saw the financial statements. No dramatic change in where we were, in the last meeting. We've spent year to date, I can't get to the attachment at the moment, but I think it's $38,000. So we're running pretty consistently at about $8,000 a month. Otherwise, there's no dramatic change. Y'all have
Are there
been
any
sent the
questions?
financials.
I see Michael's hand up. I think you have a question for you. And stand by, Steve. Could you?
I had a question on the balance sheet. There's an increase to cash of about 500,000. There's another liability of $500,000. What is that?
Did you hear that, Steve?
Who's got the answer to that question? I do not.
The $500,000, if I may answer the question. The
Yes.
$500,000 was a deposit from the Dean's Foundation into our fiscal agent's account. It is considered deferred revenue. Okay, and so, that's because they paid it in advance. And it's considered a deferred revenue. So that's where the $500,000 deposit came in. And then once the board, activates, starts activity, and they start charging against that, then that's how we go again. That's the $500,000.
I guess my question is, the bylaws prevent loans without governing board approval.
It's not a loan. It's a
Why is
deferred.
why is it a liability? It's not a loan.
It's not a loan. Let me give you, I anticipate that question, and I asked the expert, Director of Finance, Otis. He says that people don't understand how the grants work.
I don't understand.
I am. Okay, so on June 23rd, Otis Singleton, Director of Finance, as our fiscal agent, he said that, yes, they don't understand what deferred revenue is. The grant is a liability until the revenue is earned because we receive the cash up front. They are thinking of it as a loan, but it is not, because there is no loan agreement like there would be a traditional loan. And then what I can do is connect you directly with him, so you can get additional questions done, but it's not a loan, it's deferred revenue, and he can help you with that one.
So under what structure would we earn that revenue and lower that liability?
Based on the projects, I would imagine that folks in, right now, she's sitting in, this is a revenue coming in to support the 30 million.
So there is no promissory note.
No.
No, it's not. Legally and legislatively, we're not allowed to do anything in terms of loans with that first 10 million. Beyond that, you can't.
So essentially, the terms and grants for the $500,000 per revenue are noted in the King's grant agreement that requires
Pardon me?
the King's grant agreement was filled out, the terms and conditions around.
Yes,
That's correct.
yes,
Right.
yes.
That is in there. But it's kind of a, if you don't do this, you have to pay it back. I thought maybe that was.
No.
It's not a loan, just, yeah, don't close it, it's not a loan, it's from the officials. But anytime they want to have a conversation with Otis and break down those questions, he'll be happy to address them. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Last month, I asked about joining the finance committee. I sent you an email on the 24th. Dr. Watkins said that I needed to reach out to you.
Okay,
I never got a response.
you're appointed.
Did I get, because I was waiting for it,
You respond.
I did, okay.
But for my benefit, and everybody else that wants to join committees, what's the process?
Send me an email.
Yeah, I did that.
Just don't do it during the week of budget. Don't do it during budget time. Don't do it during budget time, as it gets lost.
You said that, or we want?
Let me have it.
You're appointed.
I'll make sure it's back.
That was easy. Okay. All right, any other finance questions? No finance questions. Next up is the conversation that everybody wants to know about is fundraising. All right, I'm going to start off. So we have been doing really, really well. So let me just tell you, we're at the $30 million mark. Or not 30 million, we're at the $10 million mark, which allows us to get to the $30 million mark. We have from James Graham Brown, 2.5 million. Then we have the Jewish Heritage Fund of Excellence, 1 million. Then we have $1 million from Churchill Downs. And then the Gaines Foundation, $500,000. And then from Yum, we have $500,000. Then from, which one?
Legacy.
Okay, the Legacy Foundation is 500,000. Then Greater Louisville Association of Realtors is 10,000.
Total, $10,000.
They gave two 10,000 ones, which makes 20. Then the Kentucky Association of Health Plans, Humana, 500,000. J. Macaulay Brown, 50,000. Then we have one for 500,000 that we are waiting for the donor to give us clearance to announce. Caudill Seed Company, 10,000. Michner's Distillery, 100,000. The Kentucky Distillers Association, Brown-Forman, 200,000. UPS, 500,000. David Jones Jr. and Gwen Wheeler, 50,000. Louisville Gas and Electric, 100,000. Steve Galt, 10,000. We have an anonymous donor for $2.5 million. NTS, $100,000. Senator Stivers, 300,000.
No, regrets.
3,000, sorry. We'll go ahead and make it 300. All right, he'll appreciate that. So all of that brings us to the grand total of $10,143,000. We have some others that are pending that will come after the deadline. And I'll turn the rest over to Rita. Oops, I left something out. Okay,
Ben Chandler Foundation for Healthy Kentucky is in for 100,000.
all right, Ben Chandler for a Healthy Kentucky. We just received
I just got it on my phone, so it's not on the list.
100,000.
Now, we're still massaging, we are still, not massaging, that's not a good word. This spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, so as soon as we lock down, a few other items, then this spreadsheet will be published to the entire board. And the only reason we said the 2.5 anonymous donor, that's still being worked through. I mean, you know, Thursday is here, so there's some logistics, but all of that will be publicly announced. We just honor the process. Everybody's about the process, and so all of this is still in process. And then once it's I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, everybody will be informed. All of these funds are either in grants with contingencies. There's no other strings attached other than what people put in that connect to the legislation. So everybody's been working our buns off, you all, to get us to this place. But I am a firm believer that the game's not over until the fat lady sings. So, me and my allergies and my voice is leaving me. But if you have any questions, it is all about total transparency. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll tell you what I can tell you. If something is, if I don't have the information, then I certainly try to. But I am tired and haven't had any sleep.
All right.
So, thank you.
So any questions about any of the donations?
I mean, I think that deserves incredible thanks to you guys who led this effort. That's phenomenal.
Well, thank you. I would have to say it's been a big team effort. Rita's been a big part of that. Many others, I would say Senator Stivers and Morgan and Joe Neal and many others helped get us to where we need to be. I'm sorry, Michael, I think you had your hand up.
Jen K. for the Facility Association.
1 second.
Who was the Jen K. for the? Today?
Oh, Michter's, that's a distillery,
It was 100.
100,000. All right, any other questions? So for everybody that helped, thank you. You did a lot of work. Thank you. Rita, thanks for staying up late at night. All right. Old business, Metro Louisville WEOP Partnership Agreement Overview, Jeff O'Brien.
Good evening, everybody. I'll just give everybody a quick overview of the agreement. So anytime Metro government gives money out via a grant, there's a grant agreement like this. So hopefully this is sent out to everybody and you've had a chance to look through it. Thank you. So basically what this says in the FY22 budget, which is the budget that is deployed, I'm sorry, it's FY22 budget. So budget that was approved by Metro Council last year. There was $10 million in the budget for the West End Opportunity Partnership. So this grant agreement just spells out the terms and conditions to get that $10 million into the bank account. So given the news that we just received here, we will work with Rita and our Office of Management and Budget to confirm those numbers, and then we'll, per the legislation, we'll need to make a wire transfer to the WEOP fiscal administrator account, fiscal sponsor account. I'm thinking of metric titles. Fiscal sponsor account by midnight Thursday night. So I'm happy to answer any questions. It's a pretty standard agreement. It does only spell out terms for the grant dollars. There are additional agreements, as Ms. Dunlap explained a little bit earlier tonight that we'll have to go through to actually activate the TIF, but this is just for the grant dollars here. I'm happy to take any questions the board has.
Any questions for Jeff O'Brien?
But then the activation will be the next step to get this on the road.
Correct. There will be steps that we need to take through, and we'll work with Metro Council, the county attorney's office, and the state to make sure that we can go through that properly, and all the other tax entities.
All right.
Yeah, I just want to say that everybody got this like on Monday and, feedback, so.
All right, so we're gonna ask for a motion in a second, then we'll discuss it. We have a motion for the partnership agreement. So moved by Peter Dunlap, second. Second by Michael Nagel. The motion is before us. Is there any discussion, any questions, any ideas? All right, hearing none. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. We're gonna, in the interest of time, we're gonna do the assignment of limits for neighborhood representatives till July. Directors and office insurance quote status, Rita?
Now that we have, figures, we'll be able to get quotes.
Okay,
Budget that we use for.
for the nonprofit. Okay,
Thank you, Jeff.
thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Steve Traeger, is that you?
Yeah, unfortunately. You can ignore it.
Okay, gotcha. Our next item up is open platform. So we have 5 people that wish to speak. You have 3 minutes each to speak. Just come forward, give us your name. We're here to listen. Mike. Oh, we left it out. I'm sorry. So, yeah, new business, typo. No, I'm sorry.
Yes, on the business, I'm asking, how do we form a committee to fulfill those needs?
Absolutely. So we spoke earlier, and you mentioned it at the last, about the possibility of creating a committee for community engagement.
Yes, sir.
And we will do that. I'm anointing a community engagement committee, and I'm looking for a chair. And you look like the perfect guy to be the chair of that committee. And so,
David?
yes.
You look like something.
I reached out to but yes, I reached out to several people on the board, to get interest based on last month's meeting, it's a clear discussion about availability, sort of the first agenda we see accomplished. So if we can connect that, so I wanted to talk first about folks' availability, I would like to get a hold of it.
That's never been. We said.
No. Oh, this is the last one's meeting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I missed that part. Sorry.
Yes, if you want to be chair, that's fine. Can we determine people that are interested in this committee?
Yeah, we
So
can-
that we can contact them to get this started.
All right.
No, who's interested in being on the community engagement committee.
So we have 5 people that volunteered last meeting, and I emailed everyone.
Yeah, keep on that email too.
Yes, do a poll to see the folks from very much the get back.
Okay.
All right.
Down.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we ask, Gabe, let me ask you, if you could tell me the names of the people that we have so far that are interested in being on that committee.
Yes.
Chris, Mike,
Williams.
okay.
Hey, Dr. Miller wasn't here. You think I was a kid?
You volunteered or where she wasn't?
It's us. 5, I don't think I'm getting my 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
That's three.
Oh, fine. 3.
You're. You only submitted two. You only submitted two. Sure.
So the email that you sent today, June 15, was to Mike Pinkel, Desmond Smith, Christopher Romaine, and Gary Kenneth Williams.
All right.
Send your email on June 15th. Okay?
All right, so we have 5 people. Is there anybody else that wants to be on the community engagement committee? All right, she said no. She looked the other way when you looked at her. All right, okay, so that makes up the community engagement committee. Any other new business? Yes, sir.
So I wanted to address, the letter that went to the board,
Somewhat, I'm sorry.
So there was a letter that was forwarded to the board stated June 3rd, that's the open records request. You know, I want to go on the record, I think this is probably not the way that we're going to, bring people into the tent. And you know, some of this, I know if you want to get involved and get how I handle it. You know, some of this I'm really confused by, number 2, you know, in terms of approval for grants. Said we'll get back to you, like 6 days before this letter, worked out stuff underneath, so I'm not sure, why we didn't send that out. And I'm really not sure why all this stuff was on the website anyway, so that the public doesn't have to ask for it. We're providing it in advance. So I'd like to mention that come July 1st, and all our you know, the list is done, anonymous people, like all is done. All the agreements for receiving funds and everything is put on our website.
So I would have to refine your motion to say that all of those things that can be disclosed at this time can be disclosed.
I guess my question is, what can't be disclosed?
And Lee.
So I think Patrick would probably be the best person to answer that, the attorney.
Yeah, he's still on, but Sam is the one who handles the open records.
Yeah, that's correct. And I would defer those questions to Sam, as that's in his area of expertise.
Sam, are you there?
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, but we can certainly get those questions answered. The answer is complicated, Michael. So it doesn't lend itself to a quickie.
I'm happy to have that discussion offline, but we're a public organization, we're spending public money. We have no secrets.
Actually, we do. State law says that we can have secrets when it relates to finances in some forms, and things are still preliminary.
At the point where they're not.
At the point where they're not, and that's correct. As long as there's not identifying information that's not able to be released as an open record.
We should get ahead of that.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
We should get ahead of open records.
Absolutely.
If I may just say.
Sure.
It's one of the beautiful things about the questions you have now that we have leadership and Laura. I don't know if we want to maybe speak to that or even at this particular point in time. But all of these kinds of things will get handled expeditiously.
Yeah, so what I would simply say to that is, we got open records requests before we had attorneys to be able to look at the open records request, so we're starting behind the ball. I'm hoping that we'll get ahead of it. Yeah. Yeah, make the motion.
At once, things are getting documents for any donations that are not are needing to put on.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second? We have a second. Do we have discussion? No discussion?
What was the
All in
motion? We can't hear it.
All right.
The audio is not the best. What was the motion?
The motion was that any documents, please correct me if I mess this up, any documents that we have that are not in a preliminary or draft state related to donations or terms of agreements be placed on the website. Is that accurate? Yes. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. All right. We also have a letter from one of our board members, Tammy Hawkins. And it says, by virtue of this letter, I respectfully submit my resignation from the board of the West End Opportunity Partnership. The decision is bittersweet for many reasons. As many are already aware, I've dedicated much of my personal and entrepreneurial resources to supporting people in the Parkland neighborhood. I've brought valuable services like childcare and a neighborhood grocery to a historical area that's been disinvested in for far too long. Make no mistake, I believe the work of the partnership is a critical component to reestablishing the legacy of Parkland and other West End neighborhoods over the next 20 years. However, I believe there are many other vital components to serving communities west of 9th Street. This includes my current bid to serve as the District 1 representative on the Louisville Metro Council. I look forward to collaborating with the partnership in this role, should the constituents of District 1 see fit to elect me to this position in November of 2022. Until then, I expect to remain an active and vocal proponent of what is right, fair, and just for the stakeholders of West Louisville. Sincerely, Latanya Tammy Hawkins. All right. All new business I got. Anybody else? All right. With that being said, our next meeting date is July the 25th, 2022. And without objection, we stand adjourned. Thank you. We did that. Nobody spoke up. We did. Oh, that's right. The new business cleanup. I'm sorry. Anybody that wishes to speak for the 3 minutes for up to 5 people?
We did that.
Okay, we don't have it. So our next Monday meeting is Monday, July 25th. Without any objection, we stand adjourned.
And as of right now, we'll be in the same spot because the Y has summer program going on and they could not. It's not the text.
Okay.